What's up guys, welcome back to Sempre Inter TV, the show by Inter fans, for Inter fans, and today we're reviewing our 4-0 win against Rapid Vienna. Let's go. Once again, I won't be reviewing the match on my own. Last week we had Daniel Dasidi from Nigeria joining us, and today we have Cammy Anderson from Scotland joining us, the chief news editor for sempreinter.com, an absolute machine at writing and editing. So welcome Cammy. Just a disclaimer, you might need some subtitles to understand. There's a strong Scottish accent.
Thanks for having me on Sempre Inter TV today.
Good stuff. So let's get into today's match performance review. And I was impressed with the team. I mean, 4 wins in a row, 4-0, one of our biggest wins of the season in terms of goal difference, and also the importance taking us through to the next stage in the Europa League. A lot of reserve players getting a run out there, people like Ranocchia, Cedric, Andrea getting some vital minutes, and all performing well. You know, we'll be struggling to score for most of the season, and especially in the last January period, we really struggled to create chances, not just score. And today it was the total opposite. We created many chances, and we also took them. I mean, a lot of people might say, yeah, it was only Rapid Vienna, but you only have to look back to Inter's recent European campaigns. I mean, I'm sorry to have to bring this up, but Hapoel Beersheva, Southampton, Sparta Prague, that was an easy group a couple of years ago in the Europa League, and we managed to come last in that group. So we have a history of not being able to beat these teams that are so-called easy. What did you make of the team performance there, Cammy?
We had a really quick start, had the game pretty much done and dusted from the first 20 minutes. I don't think we can have any real complaints in that respect. I feel that the team deserve a lot of credit for the way they guarded against complacency as the game progressed, and the way that they refused to let up. Obviously we scored a few extra later on, so yeah, real happy with the performance, and in the end we were deserved winners, and I think it's probably fair to say that we're back given a recent run of positive results.
I completely agree with you there, Cammy. The team needs to be given its credit where it's due, especially in terms of controlling the match when we went ahead, not letting our heads drop, and then also another clean sheet, which is really important. Even in this dark period where we were struggling to score goals, our defending was always almost impeccable. I mean, this doesn't just go for Handanovic and the centre-backs and the full-backs. This is a team. Defending is a team effort, so well done to them for that. So let's get into the player ratings, which today were given out by the chief, Nima. I agree with pretty much all of them today. Handanovic a 6, hardly anything to do. Cedric a 6, yes, he had some good crosses, but some of his positioning was suspect, as Nima said. Ranocchia, the surprise inclusion with an amazing goal. Got great tackles on that volley. Deserved goal. As Spalletti says, he's one of the leaders of the dressing room, even though he hardly ever plays. You know, a scapegoated player for many years at Inter. You know, he was our captain in our peak banter years. So, you know, he's still here. He still, you know, shows love and passion for the club. So he deserves the start today and the goal. Next to him, Skriniar, always impeccable. What can I say? Absolute machine, apart from one mistake at the beginning. Asamoah, very easy match for him, wasn't tested in any way, but seems to be returning to some decent form at least. Diaz Vecino in midfield actually had some good touches today. Nice goal to break the deadlock, and you know, great running and more intelligent running this time around. Helped out his midfield partner Brozovic well. Brozovic himself also played quite well, was brought off around the 60th minute. Some well-deserved rest for him. Just up ahead of them, Raja Nainggolan, playing 4 games in a row. I'm stunned by the turnaround in his condition and in his play. Man of the match was awarded to Ivan Perisic, very rightly. Even the terrible is finally back. As we said last match, this guy is completely reborn. And I mean, the only downside of this that I can think of is this, where was this throughout the season? Why have we waited until February to see Ivan Perisic? I mean, the timing of everything is kind of suspicious. There's always been some rumours around that in the dressing room, him and Icardi don't see eye to eye. And I did tweet out even when Icardi was stripped of captaincy that if Perisic starts to play well now, there will be some questions asked, and it is kind of suspicious. On the right, the living meme, Antonio Candreva. I feel sorry for him now. He's just, even himself, I think he knows now that he's just a shadow of his former self. At Lazio, he used to be one of the leaders of his team, one of the key players, and at Inter, he just hasn't been. Missed 2 absolute sitters, but got 2 assists, so he deserves his 6 rating at least, and he was full of running, and he completed the most dribbles in the match as well. Up front, Lautaro Martinez, once again with a tireless performance, running around all over the front line, linking up with his teammates well, showing fights and grit. And I mean, even if Icardi comes back soon, he'll have a challenge taking the spot back from Lautaro. Substitutes, Politano came on in the sort of a striker role, which he has played for Sassuolo, and he showed that he's not too shabby there. Showed some good touches, got a goal, which hopefully increases his confidence, because he has been struggling for form recently. Borja Valero got half an hour replacing Brozovic, and yeah, showed some nice touches and class, slowed the game down and controlled the tempo. And then João Miranda, the surprise exclusion of the match, got run out at the end as well. That was sort of my thoughts on the player ratings there, Cammy. Who was your man of the match, and who would you say was your flop of the match, so to say, even though I guess we can't really have one on a win like this?
Man of the match for me tonight's easy. It's Ivan Perisic. It was another top performance from him. I think it's probably fair to say that he's near enough back to his very best. Unfortunately this season, performances haven't maybe been as we've expected, but no, a really good solid performance from him. I think that Andrea Ranocchia also deserves a lot of credit. Great goal, and the passion he showed when he scored was just absolutely brilliant. In terms of my flop of the match, I'd say Antonio Candreva. Granted, he got 2 assists, but those 2 misses he had were just completely inexcusable.
Yeah, man, I completely agree. Perisic took his goal really well, and then Candreva, yeah, nothing to say there. Okay, so moving on to our next match, which is against Fiorentina on Sunday at the Artemio Franchi. Very tricky away fixture. Yes, we have had 4 wins in a row, and some people might say we are out of the crisis, but I think for me this is the match where it really tells us where Inter are at the moment in this season. What's your thoughts going into this Fiorentina match, Cammy? I'm interested to hear.
I certainly think that Sunday's game against Fiorentina will not be an easy one for us. This season the ground's been a complete fortress, as evidenced by the fact they've only lost 2 all season. I think one was Juventus and the other one was Parma, so it's certainly not an easy place to go, and we'll need to be at the top of our game if we want to bring anything home. Yeah,
good points. Yeah, Fiorentina have been in good form. They've just come off a great win against Spal. Chiesa has been in great form. Simeone has been misfiring this season, but he scored in the last match. We always have a tough time out there, especially with the quick players. People like Muriel and Chiesa running in behind our defence will cause us problems. One positive note though is that Kuma Babacar doesn't play for Fiorentina anymore, at least. He was one of those players that seemed to turn world class every time he played Inter, score some worldies against us, and yeah, he's not playing at least. Another positive is that Stefano Pioli has actually never beat Inter as a manager. His Fiorentina team has never beaten Inter, and their defence is quite leaky. It's not the best, so that's something that definitely we could exploit with the return to form of Perisic, which I hope continues. Keita Balde is a doubt for the match. Once again, his injury has taken a lot longer than expected. I really hope he comes back soon, because we need as much rotation as possible now that we are advancing in Europe as well. So we've got 2 competitions to look out for, and with Icardi missing, he can also play that striker role. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed Cammy's appearance. Please like and subscribe. Your support is very much appreciated as always. See you on the next one for the Fiorentina match review. I'll be getting another guest on hopefully. And as always, guys, Forza Inter. Ciao.